Warning. The content in this podcast contains some explicit language which may be offensive to some listeners and may be inappropriate for children. Therefore, the content in this podcast is intended for a mature audience only.
So, when'd you fall in love with hip-hop? Right here, what we're gonna do is go back.
This is Mocha T. This is Capri.
I'm Mika.
And this is Dante.
And today we have a special guest with us.
Keiandra from EcoTech Visions.
Alrighty. So we are currently in Miami Gardens, Florida. Recording at the actual EcoTech facility. Pretty nice facility, which I think.
I'm impressed. It's a lot of like organic type stuff. I like the drawings and the murals and the art work. I like the gold room because, you know, my living room has gold in it.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So that was nice. You're going to have me buying some spray paint.
Mika, what are your thoughts?
I mean, it's nice. It's different. You know, definitely everything in it. I think it's pretty cool. That all the things that y'all have going on in there.
So y'all, with the new upgrades, are you going to be upgrading the inside of the building as well, or just the outside of the building?
No, we'll be upgrading the whole facility. We're going to be turning it into a marketplace. We'll be expanding our Maker's Lab, which I will show you after.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Alrighty. So, I don't know what we have planned this weekend. Have we come up with official plans? Or we do know we're going to the beach.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely going to be in swimsuits somewhere, because it's hot.
Exactly.
But you have any suggestions for us, like nightlife in Miami?
Fort Lauderdale, Las Olas is a really nice place to go on the weekends. Wynwood is really awesome. So if you like our murals, you'll love the art district.
Okay.
So I definitely suggest
I did look that up.
Mm-hmm.
The art district and down here, it looks like it has a lot of different, like, really nice murals.
Mm-hmm. Different artists from all over. They come down from Art Basel. Come down here to Art Basel, and they leave their beautiful murals everywhere throughout the city, from like 20th Street all over. So they have different food places that you'll enjoy. My favorite is Coyo. They have different quesadillas, kind of Mexican food, but with a flavored twist on it.
Okay.
So it's really great.
Okay. Alrighty. So where can we get culture at in Miami?
Culture. It's a lot of culture in Miami, from Cuban culture, Haitian culture, everything. So I would say North Miami would be the best place to get most authentic Haitian food. Little Havana or Hialeah is the best place to get Cuban coffee and any Cuban cuisine that you like.
Okay. And I don't even drink coffee, but that might be a good thing for y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You said North Miami?
Little Havana?
In North Miami for the authentic Haitian food, and Little Havana and Hialeah for the best Cuban cuisine and Cuban coffee.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So we'll definitely have to try that out.
I will need a good cup of coffee.
We're coffee drinkers.
Yes,
They are. I don't drink coffee like that. But I'll taste it. I'll try it. Some things I'll try at least once.
Yeah.
So.
And you know, the coffee isn't good. It's actually what you put into the coffee that makes it good for me. I don't know.
Exactly.
What about you?
That's the same thing.
Yeah. But I've been drinking black coffee because I've been trying to cut back on calories. You look like you don't have that problem. But for people like me, like, I have to worry about, like, the sugar intake and all that crap. So, like, I've been cutting back and just drinking coffee. But coffee is disgusting.
I don't like coffee. I feel like...
But I've been drinking black coffee, but I need it.
Yeah, my thing is, I feel like if you have to... As much stuff as I put in coffee to make it drinkable, I just feel like I'm, like, really defeating the whole purpose.
You are defeating the purpose.
Because I pour in so much cream and put in so much sugar that by the time it's all said and done, it's probably more creamer and sugar than it is coffee.
Yeah, it's probably light brown versus dark brown.
Mine is
Very
white.
But now I drink it black. And it's almost, to me, it's like drinking liquor, you know, because liquor is nasty to me. As much as I drink it, it's still nasty. And so it's kind of like, okay, let me drink it through a straw. And I just, like, it's almost kind of like taking shots. But I need it in the mornings to, like, get me going. But I don't drink it every morning.
You drink coffee?
I love coffee.
Oh.
I'm a Starbucks fan. I had my friend go to Haiti and bring me back their coffee.
Oh, okay.
I'm a coffee connoisseur.
Was it good?
It was very good. It's strong. It has a rich flavor. Like, you know, it's grown and just grinded in the best way possible.
Oh, okay. Well, you
Wow.
got like a love for coffee over
Okay.
here.
And I don't like strong coffee. I just
See, I
need
don't
it to be
either.
kind of like in between. If it's too strong, it's gross. Like Starbucks is gross to me.
I love the bold taste.
I don't like both.
See, I don't want it to
Yes.
taste like coffee. I want it to taste like creamer and sugar, which is why I probably put so much in it. So when I realized that, like I used to drink coffee because everybody else drank coffee at work, and I was like, well, I guess I could. And then when I realized like I literally wasn't drinking coffee, I probably was drinking creamer and sugar. Then I was like, what's the point of this? I can drink. I am a tea drinker though.
That's what I was gonna ask.
I'm a tea drinker, but no sugar.
I am a tea drinker too.
I can do just straight tea, like green
Straight
tea.
tea.
I can do straight green tea, but I do like to have some. Every now and then I'll agave. I'll add agave to it, or I will add like honey to it. But I can straight drink tea, straight tea.
Yeah, I haven't reached that level yet to drink my tea without sugar, honey, or
Me
agave.
either.
I don't like
Sweet
cold
tea.
Yeah, I don't like cold tea without sugar. I have to have sugar in cold tea, but hot tea I drink it with no sugar. Like green tea, I drink a lot of green tea, or like even like orange or whatever, just different types of tea. But I drink it with no sugar with no problem.
But warm tea is different. It got a different taste without sugar. See, I can
I mean,
add,
Yeah, I can do warm tea
I
It's
can do
still
warm
nasty.
tea with
with no
lemon
sugar. With
and
no
honey,
sugar. Yeah,
and I don't have to have sugar.
But it's tolerable.
Yes.
yeah.
So
I can probably drink tea much better than I can drink coffee, and I don't really like black tea because black tea is too strong. So I like green tea. If it's cold tea, I do have to have some sugar in it though. But I'm not gonna put no creamer. I've never even put creamer. You put creamer in your tea?
No, that's nasty.
I don't know anybody that does that.
No,
I
I know a
was
couple
wondering.
people,
No,
but it's nasty.
Okay.
just
See, yeah,
sugar.
no,
They
just
probably
sugar.
like put a lot of sugar in it.
Sugar
but I
and
put
lemon.
honey.
Sugar and
And
lemon.
have you ever had tea that was so sweet it tastes like syrup?
Yes.
Yep. McDonald's.
That's
I
so
love it.
horrible. It tastes like you just literally like took the pancake syrup and poured it on top of and poured it in a cup, and then like you're drinking it. It's that thick in consistency, and it's that gross.
I feel guilty when I drink like really sweet tea or really like pop. I feel guilty when I drink that stuff. It's a true
Really?
mental thing. Yes, I can only have like maybe 1 or 2 a month because if I drink too many, it's like, what am I doing? Go back to the
I
water.
honestly drink sweet tea about 5 days a week.
That's
We know
crazy.
you don't drink water.
No, I don't. But I
So-
don't drink pop either, though.
like Sprite, maybe.
Not
Okay,
Sprite.
you just drink tea,
Tea, Kool-Aid,
Kool-Aid.
juice.
Okay. I mean, well, you're getting some water intake, I guess, in those spaces. Probably not as much as you need, but
Not at all, probably not.
hey, I drink a lot of water. I do drink a lot of tea. Every now and then I'll drink a pop. Probably haven't had a pop in about, not like a whole pop. So like, I take pop with my BC powder. Y'all know I got a BC powder addiction. I'm weaning myself off though, y'all. I had my first BC powder in 3 weeks yesterday.
So why yesterday? You should have just kept going.
No, because my head was hurting real bad, so I needed it. And I tried taking everything else, and
What
it
about
didn't work.
Excedrin?
I tried everything else, and Excedrin is still aspirin. See,
No, BC powder have a different addiction.
well, I didn't
That's
get none
almost like
today.
an opioid.
It is.
It has to be because people get addicted. Everybody that I know to take BC powders are addicted.
I have BC in my car right now.
See,
So you like it too?
My mom got me on it because she gets really bad migraines, and I had a headache, like a stress headache, the other day, and I'm like, it won't go away. You know what I'm gonna do? Just give me some BC. And sure enough,
it
went
goes away. Like,
it goes away, but they're addictive. They work, but they're addictive.
You know what?
Is your mom addicted to them?
She loves them. She has the 24-pack in her.
Thank you.
Are you serious?
I had the 50 pack and it was gone in like 2 weeks.
My
But
mom used to be addicted to BC powders.
I used to take it every day. Well, the thing is, I started like, I would take it like if I felt like I was getting a headache, so that it didn't go to like a full-blown headache. So this is the thing. I think part of the issue is once you find something that actually works with your headaches, because they try to put you on like different nerve medications when you have headaches. But the nerve medications, they tell you can like make you permanently blind, can cause brain damage. I'm not about that life.
But you don't think BC powder has
But
an
I don't
effect
think
on
it
your body?
has that kind of effect on your nervous system. Now, it probably, like, I bruise easy, so I'm sure it's thinning out my blood because it's aspirin. And clearly it was turning up my stomach.
Obviously.
And then, but I don't know. I don't know about the nerve thing. I'm going to say this because, my mom passed and they never could find what was going on. And it was a nerve issue.
So maybe it's the
And it could have
BC
been a BC powder. Because like, if I purchased her a 6-pack in a day, that wasn't even enough. Because she took so many of them. And then she ended up getting some type of, the nerve is like whatever she couldn't start. It was like to where she couldn't feel her legs or her feet, and the doctors could not figure out what was going on. They ran every test that they could and couldn't figure it out. And so it could be something in BC powders.
Well,
because it, like when she mentioned her stomach,
Exactly.
like my mom used to have stomach issues because it tears up your stomach, and so she would have to take Pepsid AC. Like it's like you have to take something else to fix another problem, and so it could be like the long term.
I mean, I get it.
Stop.
It's possible. Well, no, I'm gonna take it when I need to take it. I just won't take it. Like I'll start off with something else and then take that. Well, because the problem is, like I said, I have really bad headaches. I can't function when I have a headache like that. Like,
So I know someone that's going to a chiropractor right now. Have you tried that or acupuncture?
yes, I have tried a chiropractor. I have also tried acupuncture. I have also tried doing massages on a regular basis. None of it is like a long-term fix. It will probably help like for the day or like with that headache. But if I have multiple headaches, and I think most of my headaches are surrounded like around my period because I do get menstrual headaches. And so like when I have headaches like that, I can't function. So like BC powder is like the only thing that has like worked on my
And that may
like
just be mentally.
90% of my headaches. I promise it works better than
It's
ibuprofen.
probably a mental thing.
Maybe and maybe not. I don't know, but I haven't taken it. Yesterday was the first time in 3 weeks. Y'all be good. Be
So
proud
that's
of me
good. No, that's good.
because I was taking it and I only took 2 packs
Wow.
because I took one in the morning and one at night.
Okay.
So it wasn't
But I
like
feel like with you taking that, like you're gonna get back into your addiction of it. It's kind of like like an alcoholic. Like when they have one drink, they have another drink, and it's like, but I only had 2 drinks.
so what the fuck are we doing? We having an intervention on Capri and her BC powder? Like,
I'm passionate about this because my mom was addicted to it, and you said you was having stomach problems. Just like yesterday, I got on to you because I thought you was driving and texting.
I was gonna say she definitely stays on top
She said,
of me.
"Are you driving?"
Are you driving? I'm like, no. But I wouldn't have told her if I was driving anyway.
Yes.
But no, I was not driving. I was in the drive-thru.
So why did your mom take BC powders? I'm just curious.
The headaches.
Headaches.
Mhm.
Okay.
She gets really bad migraines, like the ones that make you throw up.
Okay.
I mean, I understand it, but and maybe because I'm not there, I don't have them, so I don't really understand. But I still feel like I wouldn't be addicted to BC powders because I know the long term effects of it.
Well, have headaches like I have them, and then
Well, you know you can go to the actual
can talk-
doctor. And
I
figure
have
that,
gone to the actual doctor.
Where they give you shots and things
They
like
have
that.
given me shots. They have given me medication. They have given me birth control because they felt like maybe the birth control would help because it would even out my hormones. Nothing helps. BC powder helps.
So this is not an intervention. I apologize. Well, look, we could take this offline.
They're trying to give me an intervention about my BC powder, but everybody I've talked to about BC powder says it works. Hey, I don't know what's in it. Maybe it's real crack. Who knows? Because it could definitely be that. It looks like that in the package.
Yeah, and they changed the packages down here.
So it
they-
don't look like...
Yeah, they don't sell them in the little clear plastic anymore.
Oh, they don't?
No, they sell them now in the
They're white, right?
in a package.
Yeah,
an
an
actual
actual
sugar, like,
package.
look like a sugar package.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Probably because they was getting
They
a rap
changed
for
it.
it looking like cocaine.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I used to
Yeah.
see it in my mom's purse.
Yeah.
I was, what is that? That's my BC powder. BC powder.
Hell, like I feel like you better take a shot, mama.
Yeah. Okay.
Take the little paper.
My mom was so funny. She didn't even take it with water. She would just tilt it back like, and that was
I mean,
it.
I was getting to
Oh,
that point.
Didn't need water.
I didn't need nothing.
And
I
when you
just-
don't need
all the
water,
way
you
back
know
to
you
your
got
throat.
a problem.
Exactly.
Because
All the way to
BC
back.
powder is disgusting.
Disgusting. It is disgusting.
You
but sometimes
have to
you're
be in
desperate.
pain
And
to
just
take
swallow
that.
it all and just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just swallow it and go.
So do you have a question for us today?
I do. So, I don't know if we've ever addressed this, but since we were on the plane earlier today, I thought I would ask the question of, like, how would you feel if your spouse, did we talk about this, had first class and got you a regular coach ticket? Oh, I guess clearly you would have a problem with that.
Yes. How dare you? It's like, okay, if you're gonna buy your ticket, you should buy. Aren't we gonna sit together? We're a couple. You're my partner. So if you get yourself a first class ticket, I expect one too, or we're gonna ride an economy together. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
So what if you've been in a relationship for a while, though? So what if you've been in a relationship before in a while, you rode coach, he planned the trip before he was taking you, and now he's taking you, and the only thing left is economy.
Well, that's different.
Completely different.
Yes.
And that's something I will understand. Or it's like, well, can I come in the next day? And
That's not even
You
first
go wait
class.
for the next day and
That
go
is
coach.
not even first class.
Go
You're
first
not
class.
riding in coach while he's riding first. I mean, to me, to be honest though, like if that's the only ticket available is a first class and a coach. To To me, a real man would he would take the coach.
Exactly.
And he would give his wife the first class.
Exactly.
Because I would have an issue if my man was like,
too.
well, baby, my ticket it says first class and yours say coach, so I'm going to sit up here and you sit back there. I'm going to have an issue with that.
Not this queen.
Exactly. Okay.
I'm having an issue with that.
Yes.
So I'm not sitting in the back like that. Okay,
No.
so I mean, me and Mika, we walked on that plane. I think we was in a whole new world.
Yes, because
A
that first
whole
class, we
new
walked
world.
through first class first. I was like, okay, this
It's
is
nice.
nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was.
So that's y'all's first time being on that type of plane, huh? With
It
the
was.
seats.
Last time I did, I was like probably in elementary school. We took a flight to California because I know for longer flights they usually put you on the bigger planes. So that was the first time I was on it, and we watched it. It was back in the 90s ish. So the plane used to have like, instead of having like the individual screens, they had like the big old screen in
They
front
still
and you
do.
watch movies.
They still do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they still have those.
It was in the back where I was.
No, so they still what she's talking about, because the plane that we were on, they had them in each individual seat.
No, it had it on the walls too where I was at.
Yeah, they did, but they don't play anything on them. So when I was younger, they didn't have the individual screens. They just had that big screen. And they played the movie on the big screen.
That's what I'm saying. They still do. Like certain aircraft, because like some aircraft that I get on, it actually comes from the ceiling, and you still have your headphones that actually plug in, but you could watch it up there. So it might be like a seat or two in front of you instead of it being in each individual seats. But now they have it to where you can select your own movie,
Exactly.
or whatever. And so I've actually gotten spoiled on those type of planes.
I mean, Dante went, she went TSA, she no check-in. Me and Mika looked at me, I'm going to get breakfast.
You have global check-in?
No, the TSA.
Oh, okay. The TSA
So-
pre-check approved
Yeah,
already?
so you don't have to take your shoes off or none of that.
That's good.
They can get it too. I've told them that. You just have to apply for it.
Well, the way she walked in and walked past us, I was like, we need to get her status. Because I feel some kind of way about the fact that she was just like, okay, I'm going to get breakfast. I'll see you in a minute, okay? And I'm like, I can't get breakfast. We're going to miss our flight.
Yeah.
I'm standing in line behind everybody.
Yeah. This long line.
Right.
But once y'all get it, y'all will love it because y'all don't have to take y'all shoes off. Y'all don't have to go through that one metal detector. You just walk through one metal detector and that's it. And you in and out so quick. But it's designed for that purpose. Because that's why they do like the pre-screening up front, because, they already know that you're not a threat or whatever to the United States or whatever it is that they're doing. And so it's easy for you to just...
So what exactly does the pre-screening entail?
I don't know, because I got it with my job. So I didn't have to apply.
Ain't nobody got time for that. How about this?
No, you don't.
It's like $80, I think, but they say it lasts like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But all the traveling that we're doing recently, I guess, it would be worth it. It would be worth it.
It's worth it.
But
with my job, because you don't have to travel anyway, and so it just make it easier, because you don't have to take your laptop out and all that kind of stuff. And so it just make it easier.
So you just put all your stuff on the belt, roll it through the belt, walk through the line. Oh, okay. Alrighty. What about you? Traveling?
I travel sometimes, but now that I work here, I work 6 days a week to keep the facility going while we're growing. The last place I went to was the Dominican Republic in February. Had a really great time. Spent about 5 days there. I wanted to travel to the other side of the island, but it wasn't safe at the time.
So you're still living, so you didn't have anything to drink over there?
I had something to drink. And
I
told them to take me to room 1117. That's all I could remember. Please take me to my room.
Are you serious?
But you still living there. You didn't have a respiratory problem. We were down there, and all of us came back with like these really nasty colds. Yeah.
We went in June,
May.
but
End of May, June.
I actually got sick the day of. That was the day of that I wasn't feeling well. And I was pretty much sick like our whole cruise, and probably maybe 2 weeks after that.
Now I got really sick when we got back. I was coughing for like probably about 4 weeks after we got back.
I don't know what they did after February, but when I went, it was great. I know we stayed at the Hard Rock. So the people there were really nice. Everything was all inclusive. The drinks were really, really strong, and they will put you out. Like 2 drinks will put you out. They make this cucumber mint drink with vodka and I think something else, and that was really good. And that took me over, and I had to go lay down.
Well, they say like part of the issue is that the alcohol was what was it? It wasn't like necessarily real. It was black market. And it wasn't real. They were kind of like buying it from somebody else for like really cheap, and that's why people were passing away, because it wasn't like authentic. I guess they
Oh,
were
they're
adding.
buying hooch.
Yeah, they were adding stuff. In other words, they were adding.
People
they were adding
making
stuff
fermenting
to it.
stuff down in the
Exactly.
basement and then decided they was gonna sell it
Yeah.
to the
Sell it.
Dominican
And they were
Republic.
adding stuff to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that I don't know.
Had
part of the
something to do
problem
with
had
it.
something to do with
More
it.
than likely.
Yeah, kind of like the whole K2 marijuana
Exactly.
thing, and like you think you buying weed, you buying K. I mean, I don't know what it looks like, but I'm assuming that you think you buying weed, and you buying K2, and then you're a
Tripping
zombie.
All of a sudden,
what happened?
yeah.
Like I ain't never been this high. Like
And not remembering.
It's so funny.
Somebody got a video on you on social media, and you all
Flipping out, jumping off
out.
the roof and shit.
Right. You heard me. You never know.
Yeah, that would be quite over the top. So, employees here, are there any people that are actually employed with the agency?
Yeah, so it's myself. We have Emmanuel as our maintenance personnel. We have Nerva. She's our maintenance personnel as well. I'm the office manager and active property manager. Then we also have our Green Scouts. Green Scouts do everything as far as with our events, the community outreach. We have a online platform called The Community. It's community.ecotechvisions.com, where we explain about our events. We host webinars. We have one coming up on the 28th. We have local talent that are in there. We have different entrepreneurs in different spaces of tech, space tech, green tech, all of our 4 verticals. We have, small engagement in there. We're trying to grow it, to about 3,000 members over time, where everybody can, put in their ideas and we expand off of them. We post articles in there. We have, lost my train of thought.
The articles.
Yeah, so we have different articles, different entrepreneurs, ecopreneurs, as we call them,
Okay.
in the community, all black firms,
Okay.
where we're trying to scale and develop.
Okay.
So what's the purpose of this? Is it nonprofit?
We are a for-profit and a nonprofit. Okay. So, I'll tell you what she texted me. So, EcoTech is a triple bottom line company with a transformative potential to create new economy jobs and jumpstart America in a truly sustainable way. If there's an investment that can save the future, South Florida, by catalyzing sustainability, it's this. So EcoTech Visions is that. It's led by a diverse woman, founder of an Ivy League formation, which is Dr. Pandwe Gibson. Her family history traces back to the creation of nuclear energy. Her grandmother and her great-aunt were scientists in the Manhattan Project during World War II. We created a movie-style narrative of the American dream coming true. The legacy story comes packed with significant economic potential, where non-dilutive leverage from matching grants for every dollar invested creates immediately 2 times multiple before starting to consider the virtually free real estate that can be invested in and refurbished with zero capital gains. So that's what EcoTech Visions is about.
How long has it built, and how long have you guys been doing this?
EcoTech Vision started in 2015.
Okay.
We had this facility for about 2 years now.
Okay.
Okay.
And you said something about a cafe. Is the cafe healthy?
The cafe is healthy. She serves smoothies, fruits, fruit bowls, different snacks, and she also will pick up meals for you.
Okay.
So when you say green, what exactly are you trying to do, as far as green?
Turning from things we would consider normal people would consider trash, we want to turn them into treasure. We want to upcycle things. We want to recycle things. We want to have, there's no real waste. Everything can be used in our ecosystem to help raise it back to where it was before.
So plastic, for example. What can you do with plastic?
Oh, wait, that's a good question. That's a good question for her. That's not.
Well, we were watching her YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
When she did an interview, and she had on a green dress that was recycled. She had a fork or 2 forks, and they were made of
Potatoes.
Potato enzymes. That is earthware.
Yes.
That's what it's called?
Yes, ma'am. So earthware is sustainable cutlery, and that is one of her brands. They make it out of potato enzymes, mold it, and it is now sustainable.
So it's actual potatoes?
Potato enzymes.
And so the enzymes.
Mm-hmm.
So
she told me, she gave me a brief story one time where her and the other people who are, connected with earthware were in the back crushing up potatoes, getting them ready, trying to extract everything so that they can make the product. So she told me it was a very, very good experience for her.
So I guess my question is, what made her decide that she was interested in this vision? Like, what gave her this vision?
It's something that has, I guess, embedded in her from her grandparents, her great aunts. All of them were scientists, innovators. They helped with the World War II. So it's something that she grew up around. Okay. And she was molded. She went to Harvard. She went to MIT. She's taught at Oxford. She's done many different things. So since she was a youth, this is how she grew up. And she wanted to basically, real world, save the planet. What she's doing is a global thing right now. She's in Singapore. Okay. So she's really bringing awareness just not to EcoTech Visions, but to how we can really live and grow sustainably to save our planet.
How successful is she at that? Is there a lot of people on board with it as far as global? Because I asked that question because I noticed some people recycle and they faithfully take their recycle bin out to the curb. But like me, I'm not a person that recycles. Even if there's a trash can in a recycle bin, I just might throw everything in the trash. I don't take the time to put stuff in the recycle bin. So how successful is she as far as getting her point across to everybody? As far as how important it is to.
She has a subscriber list of 8,500. So they take her pretty seriously.
Okay. So do you recycle?
Yes, I do.
Everything?
And I upcycle, yes. So I have a small business as well. So I implemented a recycling program for my local customers. So when they are finished with their bottles, instead of me having to purchase more, which bring down my overhead, I can, hey, come back, recycle your bottle, let me just refill it for you. And then when you do it 3 times, I'll give you $3 off. So there's an incentive there for them.
Okay. And I noticed that Mac does that, for example. If you take 6
pencils back, that's cycling, you get 1 free.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you take pencils or lipstick or whatever, if you take 6 items back or 6 empty items back, then you get 1 free. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's where I got the idea from.
Yeah, so everything so anytime my lipstick run out or eyeliner run out or whatever, I save it and then I pack them all back and then they give me a lipstick or whatever for free.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good idea.
But it is a good idea because you're upcycling, they can continue to use it.
So what business do you outside of here? So if you're your manager here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then outside of here, what business do you have of your own?
It's called AOneOils. It's an organic natural body line, and I do beard care. So that's
beard?
Yes, beard care.
Oh,
like beard care,
for the men who have.
Oh, so you taking care of some
girl?
fun.
Yes, you
are.
Remember that Facebook page that came out? What was it called? It was something about beards, and everybody was posting.
Yeah, beard game.
Yeah, beard game. Yeah.
So what do you do with the beards though?
I make beard oil. And I'm in the process of making a shampoo and conditioner for them, like a full line kit. But right now, I just have the beard oil for them and some brushes. And
so, do they come to you and actually get it treated, get it done, or do they?
My beard services are expanding. I have a young lady that does my beard facials, and then I do scalp massages and beard washes. So they love it. They have never been treated like this in their life, so they feel special when they have a chance to get it done.
See, I don't think we have anything like that in Oklahoma City.
Like that in Oklahoma.
I've never heard of that.
So what made you decide you wanted to do that?
Just the lack of care for the black man. So I saw that, and then everything that we do have or that is for them is always either super expensive or it's whack. Just plain and simple. It's just like, what are you supposed to do with this? So I wanted to create something for my black people, just for them, so they can feel good about themselves. So they can have some form of personal care line.
So they get the facial, they get the massage, they feel all special, and then you oil them up, and they walk out glistening.
They walk out glistening, smelling good.
Send them home to their wives and girlfriends, girl. And they like, thank you, girl.
So do they do they buy the oils from you?
Yes. They get it's a 1 ounce bottle. It's $15, and they come back faithfully.
Is it different smells or anything?
I have 2 scents. So there's a gentleman-like scent that smells like a gentleman.
Okay. So like cologne.
Yeah, more like cologne, and it has a growing agent in there to help soften and condition and shine the beard. The second one, the first one's called Pheromane, and then the second one is called Giza. That has a conditioning agent in it as well, growing agent, and it smells like lavender and mint. They really like that one because of the lavender, and the mint refreshes their beards.
Right, so they walk out feeling fresh. You know, like when you get your hair washed and they do that tea tree oil treatment.
Yes, and your scalp is tingling.
Yeah.
Oh, I know it's clean.
So you got a man that has a beard, or what just make you thought of beards?
My best friend has a beard, and it's nice, but I'm like, it's a little rough. It could be better. He's like, I don't have nothing. I don't have anything. I'm like, okay. I was making the body oils, and I was like, all right. My black man needs something. Let me do something about it. I see the problem. Let me be the solution.
So you
do you
did some
have a lot-
research?
Yes.
Do you have a lot of clients?
I have about 27 right now.
Nice. When did you
Consistent.
start?
January of 2018.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay, that's
So
pretty good.
still building.
Right.
That's
Yes.
still good though.
But that's still pretty good.
And I think that's like a lot of men neglect their beards, and they shouldn't.
They do. It's like they want to come in your face and rub on you and do all this. And it's like,
And
no,
it
your beard,
stinks.
it smells like sweat. Your beard is rough.
Exactly.
Like,
Oh
do
my
something with
gosh.
that. Wash it. Do
Yes.
something with it.
Do we have experience with sticky beards?
Yes, I've had an experience with the stinky beard.
It's like they forget, like, it's facial hair, but it's still hair. And like, if you wash the hair in your head when you get in the shower, tell your barber to wash your beard. But I before I started here, I used to have my services inside of a barbershop where they would come in on the weekends and get their beard washed. They loved
Oh,
it.
okay.
Oh, really?
Okay, nice.
Nice.
I'm glad me is taking care of them beards, girl, because some of them, girl.
Yeah,
Some
you
of
need
them don't wash
You need
them.
to
Some
expand
of
that
them
across the
ain't.
country,
They
They
honey.
do.
Yeah, they stink.
Girl, because they do. Because I just imagine what's all up in just.
I think some of them. I hate when like a man's beard is like rough and like it's all against your face, and it's like, this is just rough. Like move it. Like
If
I
they
don't like that
beard
feeling.
steam and get a beard facial, it becomes softer, it's more conditioned,
Oh, you
and you
steam
won't
it,
have
girl? Oh,
just
shut
like a
up.
facial.
Okay.
Just like a facial. It's a beard facial.
Okay.
So it's softer, it's conditioned, it's fluffy, it's
and
nice.
it probably smells good.
Mm-hmm.
Because some are rough. Like they, I almost feel like a Brillo pad.
Yeah.
That's why I said when you rub, they rubbing all against your face and your arm.
You get offended.
Just like when we have dry, brittle hair, if we bleach it or something,
Exactly.
it needs to be
Exactly.
conditioned, it needs to be groomed on a daily basis. They forget that. They're not like us, you know? So,
Very true. And then hygiene on men are different too sometimes.
very different.
A lot different.
And so,
She
Definitely.
said sometimes. It's probably rare to find a man with hygiene like a woman. It's not a lot of men out here that just they like have that constant clean hygiene thing. Now you can find some of them that skate between it's clean enough so you know it ain't nasty, but it ain't the like best thing. You like he ain't thought 2 seconds about that beard on his face. He's just
Okay.
going by every day, and then you have the nasty ones who just they ain't washing areas on a multiple
Are
on
the
a daily
ones
basis.
that have the braids in it and the beads?
Right. Take that out. Don't do that. Do something
Yeah,
different.
Yes. Do you get people with braids and beads in them? Okay. Just the nice kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The ones with beads probably need to come to you.
Yeah, I need to help them.
Yes, you do.
You need to help them
Yes,
a
you
lot
do.
because they need
So
help.
do you have like a website?
Yes, it's www.AOneOils.com. The one is spelled out ONE.
Okay.
I'm gonna check that out.
So you do a lot of recycling through your business.
Yes.
So how do your oils actually do? Like what kind of oils do you have?
So I have 4 right now. They're all organic with the same base. They just have 4 different scents. The first one is natural, and it's called natural. And it's hypoallergenic. It contains organic sweet almond oil, coconut oil, jojoba oil, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
You use it when you first get out of the shower. You will shine and glow all day. The second one is called Sun God. That's for my men. It has sandalwood, cedarwood, which are natural hormone balancers for them, and a natural aphrodisiac for them as well. And then I sent it with a nice hint of vanilla to give it a nice pop.
Did you just say a natural aphrodisiac?
Yes, it is sandalwood.
So first of all, so you can buy this oil, make your man glisten, and lift up
The
his
sexual.
sexual health.
Look
Yes.
at you. You finna go buy something?
Yeah.
where was this conversation when I needed it?
Okay, and then you said you have 2 more, right?
2 more. So I have Royal Rain, same base, scented with lavender.
Okay.
That's for more calming, relaxing. I usually push that towards my women.
Okay.
And then the last one is for my women as well. It's called Hatshepsut, which I got the idea from. She's an Egyptian pharaoh who reigned during her time by selling oils and transporting them. So with
Oh, okay.
spikenard, which is something like lavender but different. So that's how she reigned, and that's where I got the whole concept from.
So when do you have time to run this building?
Exactly.
Because it definitely sounds like your boss probably travels quite a bit to do and represent and try to grow the business that she has. And you have your own business on the side. So, like, when do you have time to do all of that?
By not sleeping, I have the most time. So I probably get 4 to 5 hours of sleep a day. I work a lot. I work 6 days a week. And then Sundays, I devote to my mosque. Yeah, so I mean, I'm really good with my time organization, and I understand the things that are a priority for me and things that are not. So that's how I stay above water with everything.
So how you dating in this scenario? Because I ain't heard nothing about a dating.
Ooh! So you don't date?
I do.
Okay.
I need to hear this because I'm having a hard time finding time. Today?
How are you balancing that? You already not getting sleep. You
So she gets home. So some nights she really ain't getting no sleep.
So do you have
it's
any
4 to 5
children?
hours, there's some nights she ain't getting no
You know, some
sleep.
nights I don't get any sleep. Some I don't. I can honestly say it. Like some days I'm up for 24 hours.
Yeah, because she throwing it in a circle. On some of them days, that 4 to 5 hours she spent doing something.
You know, or like in the middle of the night when I feel like I've gotten enough rest. I'm like, oh, I'm up. About that time.
Well,
So
that gotta
kind of
be
thing.
hard though.
It is
Do you
very
have
hard.
children?
No, I don't have children, and that makes it easier
Oh,
for
okay,
me.
gotcha.
That makes
Yeah,
it
because you
easier.
kind of get, I mean, you don't have the kids, so you're devoting most of your time to this job and then your business. And then somebody, I mean, I guess if a man is understanding enough to like your grind or your hustle, then he probably...
Yeah, the person that I'm dating now,
You smiling, hard?
Right.
I know.
it's very understanding. Now, he's a good driver for me. Like, he always tells me, okay, what did you learn today? Did you learn how to do your sales funnel? Did you do your targeting market ad on there? Are they coming back? Like, he's very supportive.
Oh,
Like,
that's what you
Oh.
mean.
he's teaching me how to trade Forex, how to get in the stock market, how to do a lot of things. And so
You
I...
have friends that has the same mindset
Yes.
that's willing to do long distance.
Yes. He had a team somewhere everywhere.
Talk to.
No, he had a team somewhere everywhere.
I don't
So-
look, and then you'll get the friend, and the friend ain't nothing like him.
Exactly. Ain't nothing like them.
Ain't nothing like him. You
Okay.
like, throw him
Look,
back. Throw him back.
I'm
Yes.
Dante. You know? Look, I just need somebody to talk. I love having conversations like that, so that's why I asked.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Like, it definitely sounds like you have a really good balance to it. So what would you suggest a woman who is an entrepreneur, who is helping someone else in their entrepreneurship, who only gets about 4 or 5 hours of sleep, maybe, who can successfully have a dating life?
Organize what is a priority for you. Understand yourself and your needs. And the third thing is don't take anybody's crap. That's the last thing you need. That's it.
Okay.
And you just think it's that easy.
I would say it's easier said than done. It's very hard, but it took me 3 months to get in a good routine of, okay, not doing this, not doing that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Like, I can say sometimes, like, my fire goes out a little bit, but then I have my friend there to motivate me into, you know, like, no, you're gonna do this. Did you do that?
And
So
that's what you
it
need in
helps.
your life is people like that.
Mhm.
They help
Yes.
you keep that fire.
And that probably helps too, because if it's someone who sees your vision with you, or not necessarily sees the exact vision, but believes in the goal, at the end goal, and believes in your vision for you, then it probably helps a lot to date someone like that, because you can then say, you know what, babe, I'm not going to make it to dinner today because I have a meeting, someone called, or you can text them and say, hey, somebody called me this morning. They want to meet with me about the business. It's going to be exciting, but it means I'm not going to meet you tonight. And he's probably like, oh, you know what, it doesn't matter because
The
you're...
first thing he's gonna say is, get that bag.
Right.
Okay.
Get that bag.
And that's
Go.
good.
Did you go to your meeting? What they said.
That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
That's
That
good.
is what's up.
And he never feels neglected. Because some men think sometimes that, you know, if you can't make time and you're too busy, then what's the point?
If I'm around him too much, he feels like I'm not doing enough work. I remember this was probably like earlier in the year. I probably was lazy about 2 weeks. All I did was go to work and really didn't focus on EOneOils. I probably made like 1 sale a week or something. And he was like, you've been over here for 2 weeks. I don't think you're doing what you're supposed to do. I was like, you absolutely right. He's like, get off this couch. Get out of here. Oh, be great.
Exactly.
But that's
No,
good. That's
good.
like a good thing, because like you don't find a lot of men, one, with that mindset, and then two, that support your vision and your dream.
I don't know about in Miami if y'all have a lot with that mindset, but I can just tell you where we come from. It's not a lot with that mindset. Or I'm just speaking for myself.
Yes.
I
That's
don't feel
the
like
truth.
it's a lot with that mindset.
Uh,
I mean, honestly, like, I feel like I run across, because I am a busy person. I'm a mother, and I work, I go to school, and, you know, trying to do the podcast stuff. So I am busy. So I may text you back late, but I feel like guys take that as, you know, she's not
Uninterested.
interested because she's too busy. And so they lose interest. I lose interest because they lose interest, and then that's it. But I don't necessarily get that whole, like, pushing. Like, I get that you're busy, but I accept it.
Exactly.
Like, you know, are you over here too much? Are you on the phone with me too much? Don't you got something to be doing with your da-da-da? Like, we don't get that. It's totally different. So I actually appreciate your dude. I don't even know him, but I appreciate that.
Right.
I admire that.
Giving her, she got the glow, baby. If y'all could see her smiling right now.
She's smiling from ear to ear.
And
like
the glow on her face, baby. He is giving her the glow.
Whoever he is, hey.
Right.
You did that.
Right. Well, what I have said recently is I don't know that, because I do have kids. We have kids.
Yes.
And so when you have kids, you have to factor in a whole nother person's schedule and things. I've always said, though, you make time for what you want to make time for, and you sacrifice what you want to sacrifice for. So there have been nights that I might have got 2 hours worth of sleep because, you know, I was throwing it in a circle, and we lay down and slept for about 2 hours, and I got up the next day and had to get the kids to school and get myself to work, and I was at work all day, and then we had something with the podcast later, and, I mean, it happens, you know. So, I think that women in this space definitely need men who understand that hustle, understand that grind. Like, yeah, I may not be able to get right back to you. I might have been in a meeting. Or, you know, I can't spend all of my time trying to nurture your ego. And I think we do deal with that a lot in the city.
Probably everywhere. I don't think it's just in the city. I bet a lot
Well, I
of
can't
people...
really explain other places because I haven't really dated in other places. But in the, like, where we're from, that is definitely a challenge.
Yeah, I could say, get you someone that's an entrepreneur as well, and they'll understand. Because he told me, he's like, when we first, because I've known him for a while, since college, and remember one day he was on the computer, he was on the market, and he was just trying to do market playback, and he was like, well, what you want? You want an N-word that's broke, or you want somebody that's trying to get money? Say less. I understand.
And I think
He's
it
like,
takes
I'm
an
on the computer and
understanding
I'm trying to work.
Person from it, but it takes an understanding person sound like from both sides.
Because not all women have the same thought process as you.
Yeah,
they
like feel
well,
neglected too.
I need you to show me some attention. Get off the computer. And some women gonna be like, nah, get that money.
Right.
I'm gonna sit over here next to you and I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, me just sitting here is fine. Your
Yeah.
presence is fine for me, but some people like, I need you to sit and talk to me. Like, nah, I need you to turn around to that computer and get that money. That's what I need you to do.
Yeah,
and so
that's exactly what I said back.
Women have different thought processes as well.
Yes. So that's good. I mean, I'm glad, you know. And you don't seem that old though, right?
I'm 28.
Okay.
So you're seasoned.
So
not seasoned, like we seasoned, but like you probably have quite a bit of experience in life. So where did you go to college at?
FAU, Florida University, in Boca Raton.
Okay. Did you like? What did you go for?
Biology, and I minored in women's studies.
Oh wait, so you happen to be like a brainiac on top of that?
I wouldn't say a brainiac. I know my way around a couple of things.
Okay.
So is that why you're here at EcoTech, because you plan to help like expand the vision,
Yes.
or maybe branch off?
Yes, so I would like my product and other things that I would like to pursue later to be more eco-friendly. Like, I'm moving over to eco-friendly bottles, labeling, the recycling, upcycling, all of those things. So I'm definitely going to be here while she grows, because I really like it.
So is she more like a mentor for you?
Yes.
Right now?
Yes.
Okay, so how did you get involved with the organization?
Well, through networking. It was just something random. My friend called me because he was a vendor here, and they were having I forget the name of the night that they had, but it was a part of Artisans in the Garden, which is where we bring out the local vendors. He said, well, come here, get your car washed because I'm here. And I said, okay. And he's like, they're networking in there. You need to be in there. Another good friend of mine who's an entrepreneur who's pushing and putting flames to my fire. So I came here. I met a young lady named Natalie. She was the property manager at the time, and she showed me around. We did a couple things. They invited me to be a vendor. I showed them my product. They liked it. Dr. Pandwe has brought from me, so she supports my vision as well. And then the next thing I know, she was like, are you working? I was like, no, I push my oils full time. And she's like, well, would you like to come in for an interview? I said, well, sure, doing what? The office manager. I'm like, okay. I met Dr. Pandwe. We spoke. And I've been here since May 13th.
Oh, wow.
So this year?
Yeah, so this year. I met them in April.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. That's
So
like,
that just happened just on like a humbug.
Yeah.
Just
Like, it was the most random thing ever, and I was like, oh, wow, I wasn't looking for a job. It's not something I expected, but I'm definitely glad that I'm here, and I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Okay.
that's good.
So 6 days out the week. So how many days out of the week do you spend on your own business?
Every day. Every day, I do something for my business to make sure that I'm not getting behind like I got behind before. And then I have my friends and then him who motivate me to make sure that I do something every day. Like, did you post on your Instagram today? And then to get away from that, I hired a manager. I hired an Instagram manager so I can alleviate some stress for myself. So I want to be a black firm also that employs people.
Okay.
So that's...
So you have employees?
Yes, I have
Well,
one
you have
employee.
two.
So,
You would have two because you have the lady that does the facials.
yeah, so Nerva does the facial sets. So 2 employees. More like a partner.
Okay.
More like a partner on that end because she's going to school to be an esthetician.
Okay.
So then
Okay.
I have my social media manager. So I have, you could say 1.5, 2 employees.
So what kind of influence would you say Dr. Pandwe had on you in regards to like actually like growing your own business? Like what kind of things have you taken from her? What kind of things have you seen in her vision that have kind of helped your vision as well?
Well, first off, she had the eco pitch here at EcoTech, like a mini Shark Tank. And that's something I looked up on the website before, and I'm like, oh, wow, I need somebody to really Shark Tank my idea. So, they gave me a couple pointers, here and there about the eco-friendly packaging, making the product a little more sustainable with the things that I use. So when I saw how she, structured her pitches and how she got investors to actually come into the building and really invest in the company, that's something that I took from her. So just learning how to actually get my financial plans together, telling people eloquently and sophisticatedly, like, what your business is, what you plan to do, how you're going to market it, what the problem is, how you're going to be the solution, and everything like that. So I've taken those things from her, and I've gained a lot from it by trying to get angel investors, venture capital investors, all of those things.
So how many investors have you gained in this process?
1.
Nice.
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 Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice.
So I'm very happy, and 1 is just the start. 1 is all I really needed, because it's just me, really, so I'm small. So I really just will expand from that 1 investor.
So is it an unlimited investor, or are they just kind of investing in, like, that they just give you a lump sum of money, or are they like a continual investor?
It is a lump sum, more like a grant,
Okay.
where I don't have to pay it back, because that's how hard they believe in my vision and in my dream and in myself. So
Oh, that's great.
Nice.
And I did see the Shark Tank idea when I was looking through Dr. Pandwe's Instagram page, and I saw that she did have like a bunch of people here, and I noticed most of them were black, which I actually appreciated that or whatever. But so I didn't really know like the basis of it. So like the Shark Tank, does she have like how many investors actually come in for the Shark Tank event?
over 30.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
She,
wow.
as I told you, she has a subscriber list of 8,500. So she is very well connected, not only in Miami Gardens but globally.
So does she, how often does the Shark Tank happen? Like,
It's once a year, and then we have our artisans in the garden every 2nd and 4th Saturday to bring in the local firms and then the investors as well, so we all can meet each other, and then the procurement panel personnel as well. So the city knows, okay, you do have black firms that are out here that are getting certified, that have these things that you need. We're here, so bringing
Nice.
awareness.
That's a great idea.
It is.
so she's the first black.
Woman to have a green incubator corridor in Miami Gardens, manufacturing space and all.
Nice. So the other question, I guess, is does she like, so through the podcast, one of my visions is hopefully to have like my nonprofit and kind of push it beyond that. So like, would she do something for someone else outside of the state of Oklahoma, like, or state of Florida? Sorry, I'm in Oklahoma, from Oklahoma, but like outside of Florida, like, could someone from a different state kind of also participate in the Shark Tank?
Of course. She's expanding also to the Midwest. We have a green space in Chicago right now that she just set up. So she'll have one in Atlanta, Midwest, and all throughout. She is fundraises in Silicon Valley often. So she comes back and forth. So she's hitting all the major key spots where manufacturing space can boom, your prototyping can boom, all of those things where she can really help the country be sustainably and stretch it globally.
Okay. That's interesting.
It is. It is.
So like, she would probably push like an environmental building or like being environmental, like, so if you're like a company and kind of showing you how to do that and how to do that without like,
Or probably go more paperless instead of,
Right.
Use maybe more.
Paperless, having everything on a digital platform, blockchain, having everything be transparent on how you get your money, so there isn't any type of discrepancies there. So it's a lot that she's trying to do.
nice. Okay.
And we talked. I know you gave us a tour, but I know we didn't talk about like all the things that she actually does in her. Can you kind of like explain like some of the benefits and outside of like the Shark Tank, like what all goes on her, like from the art and everything that you guys do?
Let me just put it. She is an excellent grant writer. She
Okay.
will, when you are a member here, we have different levels of membership. Basic membership is $99. You can use our address, come in and do the co-working space. Then we have virtual tech membership, which is $199 a month, where you have administrative services, you have access to the library, of course you have access to many more things. Then you have the full virtual tech membership, which is $349 a month. That is a total package where you get access to Dr. Pandwe, the paralegal, attorneys. You can get your grants written. You have financial accountability. You have your business scaled and developed. You use the address, of course. You can get your office space here, co-working space, and then let's see.
Do you all own or lease this building?
We own this building.
Oh, you own it. Okay.
Yes. We own this building.
So that's how she's able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Do you have any, does she do any kind of like mentoring for youth in this building?
That's our Green Scouts. So the Green Scouts, we help them understand our four verticals: space, farm, tech, energy. They come in on Saturdays. They help with artisans in the gardens. They meet the local community members in firms. They help around with the tower garden. They post in our community. They let people know, okay, well, I'm doing this. And then we have one young lady, her name is Sasha. Best Green Scout I've ever had so far. She's 16 years old. She's been in a NEFTY entrepreneurship program since she was 15, which is something that the Miami-Dade County schools do here.
Okay.
And we partner with them as well. So she's into business and she's into science and doing blockchain. So she comes in, she helps write business plans. She can do your presentation for you. Like, she can really set this up. She's only 16 years old. So I told her, you keep doing this, by the time you get into college, like, you're going to be powerful. And then when you get those internships, they have to pay you because of your experience. Like,
So
or at
what is
least
her,
get on a stipend.
so what is the program that's in the school that you guys partner with?
So with the schools, we bring the students that we have do the tours.
You said something about some kind of program. That
The Green Scouts program.
No, not the Green Scouts. There's some kind of program with the schools that you said that she's a part of, some kind of.
Did I mix that up? She's developed 16 or more schools back in Louisiana and throughout the other country. She used to be a principal as well.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, that the 16-year-old is part of. She's a part of some program.
The NEFTY entrepreneurship program.
Okay.
So that's a program where they teach students how to become entrepreneurs. They help them develop their business. They show them what a business model is, how to do all of those things. Everything an entrepreneur can get into, they partner them with mentors. They have different people come in from different, of course, black firms and other things like that.
So is this something that could be virtual, or is it just like for kids in this area?
I mean, it can be virtual as well because it's it's an online community, so it is something they can engage with us and can learn more about the space, business, and everything. And anybody can join. I just have to send you the link. But for the Green Scouts program, yeah, it's not just for anybody that's local. It can be online as well.
Okay.
Because I was just asking because, I have children, 18-year-old and a 14-year-old, but my 14-year-old seems like he's going to be pretty outgoing, and so it would just be nice to have a mentor that he could be paired up with, even if it's not, somebody in person, but someone that he could talk to over the phone or online. So that's why I was asking.
Yeah, we have
if that type of service was available.
Definitely, yeah. So I would love for him to join. I will send you all the links. And he can come in, he can comment, make posts. We're going to start doing different webinars. Like, for example, on the 28th, I briefly mentioned it before, we have Louise from We The Plug. He's based in California. He'll be doing a lean model canvas workshop webinar on our site. And that's just a trimmed down version of how to do your business model. You get straight to the facts and you're complete. So that way you don't have so much fluff. So it's a shorter version of how to do your business model. Okay. And that'll be virtually.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's something that adults could use too. It sounds like.
It's definitely geared towards everyone. We want everybody to be an informed citizen. We want everyone to understand what is really going on with the world and not just be blind.
Mm-hmm. So I noticed the picture in the gold room, the panda or the bear that was on the ice. What's driven behind that?
So the polar ice caps are melting, and then so the polar ice caps are melting, and that's the basis behind it. So just to bring awareness to that, like, they're not going to have any ice. They're going to turn into regular bears. Like, the bears, sometimes they're not even white anymore. They're morphing. So that's the basis behind it.
Yeah, I've been told that they're like brown polar bears.
Mm-hmm. And they're supposed to be white. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. So it has something to do with the ice? That's why they're...
Like global warming.
Mm-hmm. The hotter it gets, the more they're going to melt. And then, with Florida being on the peninsula, eventually Florida will flood over. And then with the earthquakes, California will branch off from us. And they'll be their own separate island if they have another few massive, earthquakes. So
I've heard that, and I wonder if we'll be dead and gone by the time that happens.
Probably my kids will see it.
I mean, I'm just curious because I've heard that it would either branch off or that it would completely.
But they've been saying that for years.
I know.
They've been saying that since I was like, I feel like I was like in 3rd or 4th grade because we started talking about recycling young. Like, they've been talking about global warming for a while, and I do remember them saying that California is under sea level. Mm-hmm. And so that's part of why they are like at risk for flooding. Mm-hmm. So what is she doing in regards to like some of that, like bringing awareness to some of that?
Seminars, she does panels, so she does different group activities and meetings with the higher ups to bring awareness. And with us fundraising, trying to get another building there, it will bring the community in to give them educational classes about sustainability, what global warming is, how we can be better, and how we can do better, because there won't be any food really by 2050. We're going to run out. So that's another thing. We're going to teach people how to grow their own food, how to do things they're supposed to do without having to depend on things that are commercial or made outside of the U.S.
So why do you think that we'll run out of food by 2050?
Because of farming, and also because of just how the earth and the soil is. Like, things aren't growing the way they're supposed to. Everything is basically made in the lab. Everything is basically GMO. Everything is boxed. So they're not going to have sufficient produce for us.
So when people say they don't believe, so like, that's the new thing is global warming is a lie. You listen to the news, you listen to the different platforms. Our president has kind of pushed this idea that global warming doesn't exist, which is why he's kind of backtracked on some of the progress that, Barack Obama made in regards to, like, helping to prevent or making the earth a safer place in the United States. How do you feel about that?
Global warming is a real thing. You can't say that it isn't, because if you check the weather and you track it from how it was before and how it's progressing now, the storms are more violent. It is hot. It is very hot. And then the winters are much more colder. So you can't say that there isn't some type of
fluctuation
or I don't want to say decreasing or increasing, but there isn't some form of something that's going on. You can see the fluctuation in the heat. You can see it shouldn't be 110 degrees outside in Florida. Since when? It shouldn't be like that.
And I agree with you, because I know, like, Oklahoma City, like, it seems like the winters now are really cold. Like, it's getting down into the 7 degrees and 3 degrees, and I don't remember it being that cold when we were younger.
No, it wasn't like that.
Or it's been like 100. Like the index in Oklahoma before has been up to like 114.
Yeah.
There's no reason for it to be that way. So you can't say that global warming isn't a real thing when we can see it front face in the weather.
Right. So what is her goal? Like, the overall goal? Is her overall goal to make businesses like green friendly, or like does she have other goals around that part? Like, what is her complete goal with this agency?
So we want EcoTech Visions, it's being known globally. We want to turn everyone into an ecopreneur. We want everyone to live sustainably. We want everyone to grow and be able to use the things in the earth that we have to use in the best way and use innovation to save the world. So, for example, she'll tell you how whales, with the whales. Innovation saved the whales because of the light bulb, where we didn't have to go get the lard and keep killing them just to light stuff like the candles. So that's one thing that she wants people to understand and expand from there.
Oh, okay.
I honestly did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
That we kill whales.
Yes,
Did
we
you know
used to
that?
kill
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
For their lard to light.
to make the like candles, to just bring lighting.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I mean, I think it's a lot of things that maybe just people don't know.
Just got to be educated. I guess,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So that's why we want everyone to be informed citizens, community outreach, educational workshops, all of those things for people who are interested or who may not, just don't know. We want to bring awareness. So
Right.
that is her overall goal.
And so what's another example, like, of animals, like, that we've done?
That we've killed?
Yeah, that we've killed for, like, our good. Besides eating them, but I mean, like the whales and the candles.
Or
No,
like
I don't
pandas.
know another one. I think
Or
that's the
or
best
not
one.
pandas,
I
but
mean,
polar bears.
aren't they killing all those little mink bears now for these eyelashes? But I think that's another thing.
Oh, God.
That's a
Don't
joke.
say
It's a
Don't
joke.
say that.
No, it's just a joke.
I have some in my bag. I'm
I
not
do
even gonna put them
too.
on.
No, don't worry. I wear them. I wear them. I really do.
Okay.
I
I was
do.
She's
like,
like,
are
aren't
you
we killing all the little
serious?
mink bears for
I was
the
going to say,
eyelashes?
girl, I'm going to put me something on tonight when we go out to eat. Girl, I'm ready for them little 3D lashes. I thought I was going to be cute at the club. Don't tell me
We stand up
that.
there with the birds
Thought
on
they
your
were
face.
synthetic.
Yeah.
That's so
Okay.
funny.
Mhm.
That is so, yeah. I'm glad.
So what are some of her upcoming events?
So we have the Opportunity Zone and Financial Literacy course with Marcus Moon on the 28th from 12 to 2. That is going to be here at our facility during Artisans in the Garden. As I said, she's in Singapore right now, working, doing blockchain things, cryptocurrency, green technology, just expanding, letting people know about EcoTech Visions. We have a climate change hackathon dedicated to global warming. We have Tom Gafferson from FIU who works with us. Tom is another employee here. I forgot to mention that. And Silvio with Logos Capital. He is one of our main personnel who helps with the investors and with our projects. So with those guys, lost my train of thought again.
Just the events.
Oh, so with them, we have the climate change hackathon that's coming up soon. We're dedicating the whole video game to teaching people what climate change is and how it affects the earth and that it is real.
So what is the video game? That would be interesting.
It's still in development.
So what is
Okay.
it? What is the concept behind it? Like, do you run around as a man and pick up?
Trash.
It's still in development.
Okay.
It's still in
Yeah.
development. It's
Okay.
still in development. Mhm.
Plastic bottles
Plastic
and recycle
bottles
them.
and recycle.
Get points.
But what she also has about climate change as well is she is Storm. She is on YouTube with Alexander, which is a close friend of hers who is also a weather reporter, and he covered Hurricane Irma. Was it?
Okay.
One of and we have a playback in the Hurricane Conference Room that's dedicated to him. So they have a whole series for children to teach them about global warming and climate change and those things. So she is Storm, and he is another superhero in the YouTube series.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Okay.
And
All
she's Storm. Get it then.
So, as we wrap up, can you tell me like some of the platforms that you guys are on, social media wise, and like online?
Yes, we are on Instagram, EcoTech_Visions. We have a Twitter, EcoTech Visions. We're on Facebook, EcoTech Visions, and you can follow Dr. Pandwe at Dr. Pandwe Gibson on Instagram.
Okay, and then the website.
Our website is www.ecotechvisions.com.
And so I do believe that we wouldn't do any justice by not giving your platforms some light to it as well.
Oh,
so if you can give me some of your platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Facebook, Keiandra Payton. Instagram, AOneOils, AONEOils. My personal Instagram is A1Key, KEI. My website, www.aoneoils.com.
Okay. All right, so we got to send some men over there so they can get their beard right.
Girl, yes, ma'am. Get some oils.
Yes,
So do
ma'am.
you ship?
Yes, I ship worldwide.
And
Well,
can
okay.
they can order online?
Yes, they can. You can order online through Facebook, through Instagram.
So what kind of payment do you take? Do you do like PayPal?
I do PayPal, I do Stripe, I take American Express, Diners Club,
Cash App.
everything, Cash App, Zelle, everything.
Like whatever you got.
Whatever you got, send it my
me
way.
up.
With the age of technology, want to try and start accepting Bitcoin as well. So,
Okay.
mm-hmm.
So then they can pay you with Bitcoin.
Yes.
So do you understand like how to translate the currency from the U.S. currency to Bitcoin? Like,
A little bit, just a little bit. I'm still learning. Like, I'm getting better with my trading and understanding exactly what the market is and how to leverage it.
oh,
So I was kind of leaning towards Bitcoin for a while there, but then I don't know, I was turned off because they say like the guy who created the password, he passed away and he was the only person, so they couldn't get the money out. It was something because I read Yahoo Finance a lot. I read it several times a week, and it was something to where the person who invented it, he there was only one password, and he had it and he died. And so I guess people's money was caught up in his system or whatever, and they couldn't get it out.
I have to read that article.
Yeah, read that.
Yeah.
Yeah, read that. So after that, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
yeah, because it would suck to get your like
No,
money
like,
stuck.
Okay.
That's very true. It sucks to get your money stuck, but when you create your own cryptocurrency account, there's many different places you can use it from, like Coinbase. You can use it from Robinhood. There's many different apps that you can use where your money won't get stuck. Because when I feel like the market is going down, when I have it in other pairs, I snatch my money right out. Like, I take it out.
They said to keep it.
They say that, but I'm still an emotional trader, and I don't always trade off my strongest confluences or my analysis. So if I see the market going in a way that I'm like, oh no, I'm snatching it.
But if you look though, there's usually a pattern. Like I follow certain stock markets or whatever, and there's a pattern. Like there's one that I follow, and they always drop like around October. They drop really low in October, but they go high in like the springtime. And so I noticed that. But if you keep it in there, like it'll grow.
Yeah, swing
You know?
trading. Yeah, it takes patience, and it takes for me not to be emotional to get through that. But I'm still learning.
I'm not an emotional trader. I leave it alone. I don't bother it or whatever because, that's what they say to do. But at the end of the day, I still pay attention to it, and I don't know. But that's just what the market does. It fluctuates.
It's going to fluctuate. Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of like you, so this is the thing. I'm like emotional when it comes to my money. So I would feel some kind of way if it dropped all the way to the bottom to zero. And then I, like, it was just gone. Because then I would feel like, well, dang, I should have just pulled it out. I knew it was going down. Like, why didn't I pull it down? I was listening to them. They said it would go back up, but it didn't ever go back up.
Same thing with the housing market. I feel like, I don't know if it affected you all, but like in 2000, I'm going to say 2008, 2007, 2008, the housing market crashed due to like the Lehman Brothers and all that stuff. And I feel like it's kind of going that way now because I feel like the home prices, I don't know about here, but I just noticed in Oklahoma City, the home prices is going up. And I feel like they're going to go up so high, it's just going to crash. It's the same thing that happened in 2007, 2008. But
Yeah, it's going to happen again.
it's going to happen. But that's what they tell you, like to pay attention to that. And then when it crashed, make sure you have your money together so you can purchase your property or whatever when it's low.
Right.
And then it's going to go back up.
Exactly.
And you just pay attention to it.
And I only know that because of my friend who has taught me how to trade and get into the market. He's like, when everything crashes down, I'm going to buy.
Me too. I pay attention. And that 15% tariff stuff that caused everything to drop, but it's slowly going back up. So, pay attention.
I know.
Dante likes stocks. She like boring stuff.
It's not boring.
Stocks is
Money.
Oh, no, money
ain't
not boring.
Money's
That's why I
not
say
boring.
Money ain't boring.
Money's
If
not
you
boring.
come up
Money excites
20
me.
ticks one day, you will understand. He's like, no, this market is where it's at.
First of all, I grew up, maybe because I grew up in a house where my dad, like, every morning wanted to watch stock market. Because they, like, my dad and my grandpa and my grandfather, they all have, like, stock. And so just watching that is boring. Like, watching the stock market, watching it on TV, I just never could get into it.
I don't watch it. I just read it. I just read to see what's going on. Like, in certain companies, like Beyond Meat, for example, like, that really took off. And people didn't expect for that to really take off. So I like to read that type of stuff, like stuff that's, people kind of like, I'm going to put my money in it to see where it's at, and then it just take off.
Sometimes you gotta take a chance.
Take
they said, like
take
when
a chance,
Amazon,
honey.
when that man created like Amazon, people was just putting that little bit of money, just not thinking Amazon was gonna go nowhere.
And look at
People
look
that
at it now.
invested, look.
Even Netflix, like they have one in China, Bidu, BIDU.
Okay.
Or whatever, and it's like a China Netflix, but I don't know. I kind of want to try to look into that. But I mean, it's growing or whatever, but it's not like where it should be. But I think eventually,
But I think it will be.
look at where Netflix is today. Everybody has
Exactly.
Netflix because they're getting rid of cable, and I think it'll be a global thing eventually.
It will be.
So, but
It
they have
definitely
it.
will.
I read it.
So, well, thank you for joining us today.
Oh,
We
you're very
completely appreciate you filling in. It's been pretty insightful.
Yes.
I guess we didn't really realize that you were an entrepreneur as well. So, I mean, kudos to that and all the men in their beards. You know, I need to meet one of these men that got this oil in his beard from her. Like, while we here, I need to meet me a man that is
Point
getting
you in
some
that direction.
A1 beard treatment.
Okay.
You know what? I was pro beard, but until I dealt with somebody who had a beard, and they didn't really watch
Now
their
she
beard.
back pro beard. I mean, now you anti beard.
I'm not anti-beard, but I'm gonna ask questions about your beard. Like,
So
do you
probably-
wash your beard?
Probably
Because
what you would
that's a
need
good
to do is
question.
kind of follow her till she gets her shampoo and like her oils and stuff set up, and then when she gets it all together,
I'll
then
for
I'm
you.
into
then
that.
gift
I don't
it.
know. I ain't even dating. I ain't into nothing right now. So I can't even tell you what I'm
then
into
gift
right
it,
now.
then gift it to someone and say, "Here, babe, I think this is what might help," and then
Oh.
make that your special thing.
Definitely. If I get another guy who has a beard, I'm definitely going to your website.
Okay.
And I'll be like, come on, baby, let me massage. Let me wash this for
Try
you.
to make it
Right.
seem
Yeah,
like
do you know how special he will feel? Like,
then get you
you'll
a
take
little
it to
steamer
a
and
whole
get you
new
a steamer
level.
and
Because I already like shower sex, so I'm going to just,
okay.
let me wash this for you while we're here.
Right. I'll go in and
Yeah.
Sud it up.
look, and then get your little steamer
Yeah.
on sometimes and massage his
Look,
head.
and be on
And
top
little-
of him and just like rubbing
Yeah.
his beard. Like,
And little
Yeah.
did he know it's
Put some
really
oil
for
in
you.
The little oil
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
make it
I
feel
just need it
good
to
and
smell
smell
good.
good.
Yeah.
I think that's like the highest form of intimacy when you just actually you take the time to take care of your partner.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
It
Yes,
is.
very much so. So does your partner
Absolutely.
use the product?
Yes, all the time.
And he
his
has a
whole
beard?
family.
His
Oh,
whole
and it's
family
something
uses
though.
it?
Then
That's
that's
what's
what's
up.
up.
Oh, nice.
Even the family supporting girl, you better go. Yeah, you better, girl.
You better stick.
You
You just
just
keep
cheat.
that one.
Every day he's like, where's my beard oil?
Put it on.
Oh,
Nice.
He has a little 7 o'clock shadow, so
Okay.
it's growing.
Okay.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Nice.
That is what's up.
Yeah.
Well, you have to keep us updated and let us know when you finish coming out with your line. We'll be out looking for you and stuff. So
I definitely will.
we will definitely make sure that we keep up with that. You guys know we are on Seattle Hip Hop Radio every Monday and Friday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We are on Anchor, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Apple iTunes. We post a new episode every Sunday. And then, but you can listen to the podcast at any time on any of those platforms. You can go back and catch up. If you've lost track of how we are, where we are, you can go back and catch up on that. We are on Instagram. We are Mocha T _podcast. We are on Facebook, Mocha T Podcast. And Mocha T Podcast on Facebook is Mocha, and then there's a space, and then T, and then there's a space, and then podcast. So you can the Facebook page. And then we are on Twitter as Mocha T Podcast. So catch us on all of our platforms. We are posting quite often throughout the week.
Our Gmail.
Our Gmail is mochaT2018 at gmail.com. So any inquiries, the blessing out of this is we actually just kind of got discovered. Not exactly sure. How did you guys find us?
Dr. Pandwe found you. And then I started listening to your podcast on YouTube.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. Well, nice. So clearly being out there quite a bit kind of helps us as well. We are wishing her safe travels on the way back.
Talk about our 1 year.
Wishing her safe travels in her trip and on her way back. Hopefully she'll make it back safely. And on October 5th in Oklahoma City, we will be having our 1 year anniversary party. We will be having it at Mark Fleming's studio space. The address is 8860 Southwestern Avenue, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Well,
Well,
it's 8860 or 8806?
I think it's 8860.
I feel like it's 8860. But anyway, we've got it posted on Facebook, and there's an event on Facebook, and there will be flyers and things that go up on Instagram shortly.
It's 8860.
So I did good. 8860 Southwestern.
From 4 to 7.
From 4 to
Your
7.
memory is the bomb.
From 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Come out, join us, have some cake, toast some champagne. We will be doing a Q&A during that session as well, so we can answer a lot of you guys' questions, anything that you might want to know. I mean, you know, sky's the limit. This is your chance. Catch us, and we might answer some of your freakiest questions as well.
Exactly.
Not the conservative one.
She likes to think she conservative.
Y'all just
It's
wait.
all right.
Y'all wait till she get a couple of them drinks and y'all,
Right.
she gonna answer some of them questions.
Hold on, she gonna come to the event drinking.
Exactly.
She gonna be drinking before she gets to
So
the event.
y'all get them Q&As. Just come on out.
Right.
And we ain't even talked about we're gonna be on the radio.
We will be on the radio that morning at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m.
Tyler Media.
9 a.m.
Tyler,
We gotta be there
at
at
9.
8:45.
Okay. So at 9 a.m. we will be on the radio. So guys catch us on that. And then we'll be at OU Texas weekend.
Yes.
We are looking to do that, possibly have a vendor table that weekend, and kind of hang out and see what that's about. So we got a lot coming up. You guys just kind of stick with us, hang out with us, and we are out.